Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm a provisional psychologist from La Trobe University in Australia. Today, I'm going to introduce you to self as context, an idea from acceptance and commitment therapy that encourages you to create some space between yourself and your thoughts and feelings. In this video, I'll introduce self as context, provide a metaphor for the idea, and then guide you through a short experiential exercise so you can experience taking an observer's perspective for a few minutes. So what is self as context? Self as context is the part of you that notices your inner experience. Your inner experience includes things like your thoughts, feelings, memories, bodily sensations, beliefs, and ideas about yourself, others, and the world. We don't really have a word for the concept in English. The closest terms that we do have are awareness or consciousness. The idea of self as context helps us to understand that we are not our thoughts and feelings, but rather the space in which these experiences happen. The idea behind this concept is that if we can notice our thoughts, then we cannot be our thoughts. To access self as context, or our observer selves, we must notice that we're noticing. We must become aware of our awareness. Now, self as context can be a tricky idea to grasp, especially if you haven't heard of it before. So it can be helpful to consider a metaphor. Together, we'll consider the sky and the weather metaphor. Think of the part of you that notices as the sky and your thoughts and feelings as the weather. The weather is always changing, from sunshine to thunderstorms to heavy rain. Yet no matter how bad or unpleasant the weather gets, it cannot harm the sky. No matter how extreme the weather, the sky always has room for it. And sooner or later, the weather passes and changes into something else. Sometimes we might forget that the sky is there. We might not be able to see the sky because it's covered by heavy cloud. But if we rise up high enough above the weather, we will reach the clear sky, stretching out in all directions, open, steady, and expansive. So just like the weather, our thoughts and feelings change and fluctuate. And just like the sky, our observer self always has room for them. The more you practice, the more you can learn to access your observer self, the safe space from which you can make room for unpleasant thoughts and feelings and observe your inner experience. So let's practice. We're going to try a brief experiential exercise to help you experience this sense of the observer self. In this exercise, I'll ask you to sit comfortably for a few minutes while I guide you to observe your inner experience as it comes and goes. Some people like to remain still throughout this exercise, while others find movement helps them feel more comfortable. You're welcome to do what feels best for you, and I'll let you know when the exercise is over. So to begin, find a comfortable seat. You might close your eyes or cast your gaze downwards at a point on the floor or on your lap. Take a few full breaths. And just take a moment to tune into your body and how it feels sitting in space. Bring your awareness to your self-breathing. Simply notice your body breathing in and out. You might tune into the sensation of air passing by your nostrils, or the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Just notice the sensation of breathing for a few more breaths. As we continue to sit here quietly, bring your attention to your thoughts. Just notice your thoughts as they come and go from awareness. You might notice that some thoughts stick around for a while, and that's okay. There's no need to try and change them or get rid of them. Can you notice the form of the thoughts? Do you experience them as pictures, sounds, or words? Can you notice the velocity of your thoughts? Are they moving and shifting, or are they still? Where do your thoughts seem to be located? Do you get the sense that they're above your head, behind your eyes, in the middle of your brain, or perhaps somewhere else in your field of awareness? During this exercise, your mind is bound to wander, and you might become lost in thought. Maybe you're thinking about your to-do list, the message you haven't replied to yet, what to make for dinner, or maybe you're thinking, when will this video be over? When you notice you're lost in thought, just begin again to observe these thoughts as they come and go, just as though they were clouds in the sky. As you notice your thoughts, be aware that you're noticing. There are your thoughts, and there's a part of you noticing them. If you can notice your thoughts, then you cannot be your thoughts. This is self as context. This is your observer self. Understanding and connecting with your observer self can help you to create distance from your difficult experiences without battling with them or struggling to push them away. It gives you the flexibility to hold your experiences lightly, and though they may at times be unpleasant, painful, or overwhelming, they do not define you. And that brings us to the end of the exercise and the video. If you haven't already, you can blink your eyes open and gently invite some movement back into your body. Thank you for your presence and attention. I hope this introduction to self as context has given you a new way to think about yourself and your experiences.